all of my family that I grew up with, my aunts and uncles, my dad, everybody had their own businesses, and they were successful businessmen. And it seemed like all my aunts and my mom and everybody was homemakers and stayed at home. And I think maybe back then that's the way it used to be until it came to pass where now mothers and fathers both have to work. So I guess looking back, I wasn't really a bad student in school, but some things happened in life where I kind of had some low self-esteem, even though I did a lot of things and was involved in a lot of things. I remember in high school arguing with my algebra teacher because I just couldn't get it. And I argued and argued and argued. And I said, I do not ever need algebra the rest of my life. And he's like, why do you say that? I said, because I'm going to be a housewife and raise my kids, and I won't need it. Needless to say, I did very well in a lot of other classes, but I didn't do well with science and math. So to come back to school years later and graduate with honors in a degree of science is really a miracle for me. But you know, in high school, I didn't plan on going to college. It wasn't something that I looked forward to. So it wasn't a positive, it wasn't a mindset that I had. Whereas later, when I wanted to do something with my life, I knew that I was going to have to take care of myself and my children because we were struggling. And I had already taken those years. I had 4 kids at home. I had worked church retreats, and I did a lot of healing in my life. A lot of personal healing took place. And so I was at a point in my life where I knew that I needed to make change, and I was able to make that change. And I had a girlfriend that was a nurse that I met at one of those retreats. And she had a little kid, so we were always together with our kids. And she said to me one day, why don't you go to school and become a nurse? You know, I never thought about becoming a nurse. I never believed I could go back to school and be anything. I wanted to do something, I just wasn't sure what it was going to be. And she made me think because she believed in me. So I came back to school as a reentry student. I was 30 years old. My youngest daughter, stand up, baby. She came to daycare here when I went to nursing program. So the reentry program was awesome. I also got to take part in the WIN program, which is a program here at the school, and I'm sure they still have it. It's been a long time since I was here. But it's a program that you can borrow books as long as you can get away with using that book in certain classes, because books are really expensive. So there were a lot of programs that helped me through. I didn't know how I was going to pay for college, but semester by semester, God granted that I get scholarships and different things. I never had to get a loan or pay out a whole lot. So it was done semester by semester with faith and with grace, and graduated with honors, and was invited to work at CAC Regional Medical Center by the staff there, and worked there for many years. I started on the med-surg floor, ended up on the telemetry floor as a charge nurse for several years before going to Southwest Ambulance to be a critical care nurse and do critical care transports for them. And I'm doing hospice right now. So I've had a wide variety of nursing experiences. So I thank CAC for allowing me to come back. And you know, guys, it's never too late. You can always go back to school. You can accomplish your dreams. You can accomplish anything you want to do if you put your mind to it. I came to CAC with the goal that I was going to do it. I was going to make something out of my life. I was going to have a better future for me and my kids. And I did it for my kids, mainly. And I hope that I've been a good example and a good teacher to them. So moving forward a little bit more, I remarried, and we started this Life with the Streets Don't Love You Back intervention program. I authored 2 books for my husband, and then I wrote my own, the Streets Don't Love You Back Life Skills Intervention Program. And my goal was to educate the youth against the dangers of gangs, drugs, violence, and abuse. My husband grew up in the streets of Detroit, and as a young child was involved with gangs and drugs. So between all of our experiences, we thought we had some testimonies to share and some teaching to do, and to help the youth not make those mistakes and don't get involved, and that you can do what's right. And so that's why we do what we do now. The intervention program that I actually wrote to teach youth as prevention, but it kind of went the opposite way of through the prison system first. So we still teach locally. Like they said, it's in all the detention centers here in Arizona, Department of Corrections. We work closely with Sheriff Lamb here in Pinal County. And we work closely with our own community, Mayor Price, Vice Mayor Henry Wade. I have a lot of my friends here from Maricopa. They were our biggest supporters. In fact, I took a preliminary book to Mayor Christian Price when I first finished it, and Rob did and said, "What do you think?" And he's like, "I love it." And so he actually helped us. He called a meeting in Maricopa with Judge Riggs and Chief Stahl and everybody, and we implemented the program right after that. And actually, Judge Riggs said you could teach it in my court chambers. So it just it went the way it was supposed to be. A lot of things that I share with the youth are that, you know, a lot of us have bad things that happen to us in life. We have good families, but just because we have good families doesn't mean that bad things don't happen sometimes. But it's okay. Talk about it. Let's get over it. Let's heal it. Let's move on, because you can overcome anything that has happened to you in your life. You can become something. You can become someone special. You can do whatever you want in this life. You can accomplish the dreams that you want to accomplish, and some that you maybe never knew you had until a friend told you, yes, you can do it. Go for it. So I had a friend that told me that, and it changed my life forever. So please be encouraging to people. Sometimes we don't know what other people need, but if we encourage them, we let them know you can make a difference, you can be somebody, you are special. Don't believe those bad thoughts that you told yourself all these years, because it's not true. And so I just am grateful for my time here at CAC. I now sit on the foundation board. I'm grateful to be a part of that, and I'm grateful and very honored to be receiving this award. And before I sit down, I just want my father to stand up. Dad? My dad has been a rock in our life. My dad's 82. He is still working and still the constable of Cochise County, Arizona. So, you know, I come from a long line of hard workers, people that work hard, people that still volunteer their time to help their communities. And he taught us how to be honest and loving and compassionate and kind and caring, to care for others. And I'm thankful for that. My bonus mom is here, but my real mom passed away 19 years ago yesterday, and I know she's here too. So thank you all.
Yeah, let's move over here, guys.